Ahead of the release of this series in its entirety, I want to share another segment from the third period breakdown. It's another 30-minute video that I'm working on, but I just want to share a little bit about the performance of LeBron James's teammates. I mostly focus on Rui Hachimura. What if I were to tell you that the Lakers not only overcame a 6-point deficit as soon as LeBron went to the bench, but actually took the lead with LeBron James on the bench? What if I told you that scapegoat Kennard shot 100% in the third period, and that both of his shot opportunities came while LeBron James was on the bench? What if I told you that scapegoat Ayton also shot 100% in the period, and that he was in during that run in which the Lakers overcame the deficit and took the lead? What if I told you that it was obvious that Austin Reeves led the offense during the Lakers' comeback? What if I told you that Austin Reeves was the worst shooter of the people that I listed because he was down to 50%? That's right, everyone else was higher than that, including Rui Hachimura at 66.7%. As if that wasn't enough, everyone I just listed had a tougher defensive assignment than LeBron James. What if I told you that LeBron's blown defensive assignments gave the Thunder more points than LeBron scored? Actually, I know what you fanboys would say. You would go into denial or say something like, oh, that's just one period. What about the other periods? Well, good luck with that, because I broke down all the periods and it isn't good. That's why I have 30-minute play-by-play breakdowns of every single period, so you have nowhere to run and hide. I mean, sure, there is somewhere to run and hide. You could block out the real world and just turn on ESPN really loud and listen to whatever bullshit's coming out of Stephen A. Smith or Nick Wright or Shannon Sharp or any of those fools' mouths. Is that what you want? Is that how you want to live your life? Living a lie? Rui Hachimura defeated LeBron James statistically and with the eye test in every period of the game.
All right, enough intro. Here is the short segment from the 30-minute breakdown of the third period. All right, we're kicking things off almost immediately. After Rui Hachimura hits this nice shot, I want us to go back and take a look at what LeBron is doing on that play versus Hachimura. LeBron did nothing. Well, I have to be careful with my wording, because for LeBron James, this is actually a pretty good amount of movement. But it's Rui's movement that actually mattered, that actually resulted in this nice mid-range jumper.
We were out-talented.
For the series, LeBron James only led the Lakers in one category, and it's the category that usually means bad news if he's leading. LeBron James's points don't lead to victories. And look at that. Shea had a really bad series, and he was still better than LeBron. But you let Austin Reeves have more blocks than you and more assists than you, and DeAndre Ayton, whom LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith ganged up on to crap on, led with rebounds. But he didn't just lead with rebounds. He led in offensive rebounds. In fact, he led both teams in offensive rebounds. Anyway, this turnover by LeBron James is astonishingly bad. Kevin Harlan says it was intercepted.
That's an interception.
That's a really nice way of saying terrible pass.
The other way, Hachimura from behind, and he gets it to go.
So Hachimura trying to chase down and make up for LeBron's mistake makes me want to also talk about defensive assignments, which we will. But let's put the scorecard back up, because LeBron James just gave up the opportunity for points on the offensive end, and also that led directly to points for the other team on the other end. Okay, moving along, here is LeBron's one assist of the third period, and I don't think it's an assist. We've talked about this many times. The pass did not lead directly to the points. Hachimura had to pump fake, dribble around, create his own shot. He made LeBron James look good by nailing yet another jumper. One assist and one turnover in this period for LeBron James. And that turnover led directly to points for the other team. And the assist didn't count. Shouldn't have counted. All right, let's talk about defense for a little bit. Hachimura is on Mitchell. Then he switches on to Shea. Chases Shea around. Now let me hit pause. Look at Flatfoot James. This is what he's been doing the entire sequence, this entire play. It's what he does almost every play, which is essentially nothing. So not only is Rui performing better offensively, but he's doing more work defensively and on harder defensive assignments. I can't resist. His feet have not moved. Look at all the ground Hachimura's covered. And Hachimura is going to have to run to the corner to contest that open three now. What does LeBron do the entire time? Well, that was sort of a trick question because I'll tell you what LeBron James did. After he took a break flat-footed, he completely failed to box out. What's his awareness level of Hartenstein? And how about the fact that Dort is leaving? Now DeAndre Ayton has to go out to contest the corner shot. LeBron, you got one person to deal with, and you let him move right into perfect offensive rebounding position. So what's LeBron do? He puts him in an arm bar, not called. So Hartenstein has to get a one-armed rebound. Once again, that's a foul. That's over the back. Uncalled. Jesus. And LeBron's the one who's upset. Oh, man. I shouldn't have to continue. Like, the evidence I've put together just for the third period is enough that LeBron James should be laughed out of the league. The first two periods on top of that, and then the fourth period, and every game he's played this season. That's 2 more points that the Thunder scored that are LeBron's fault. Period. And that's after his teammates worked hard on defense, trying to prevent the Thunder from scoring. While LeBron James got to take a break, everyone else is running around trying to stop the Thunder. LeBron's taking a break. And LeBron's inability to box out causes all of their effort to be for naught.
To be able to play, at a high level, know that I can still play at that high level, carry a team into the playoffs. We fought and we played it to the maximum ability of our team.
DeAndre Ayton moves to the hoop, and that's actually a pretty good find, finding Hachimura, who gets the shooter's bounce. I gotta throw some stats at you. DeAndre Ayton, who got trashed, has as many assists in this period as LeBron James. Except Ayton doesn't have a turnover. 0. Ayton also shot 100%. He only took one shot, and he made it. Let's go back to talking about Hachimura for a minute in comparison to LeBron James. Rui hit 4 out of 6 shots, 66.7%. LeBron hit 2 out of 3. It was a good period for him, 66.7. I'll take 4 out of 6 over 2 over 3. Plus, LeBron James had a turnover that led directly to points for the other team. Rui also hit 2 out of 2 of his free throws. LeBron only hit 1 out of 2 of his free throws. And then there's what you don't really see in the box score, the defense, the defensive assignments. Now, fanboys, did I hook you by putting third period on the screen so that you'd say something stupid like, oh, you're only looking at the third period? Yeah, guess what? Rui outperformed LeBron in the other periods as well. In fact, the third period was the closest that LeBron came to being as good as Rui. All right, you're going to have to wait until the fourth period breakdown to see all the plays, but here are the stats. Rui shot 75% to LeBron's 50% in the fourth period and took more difficult shots and more clutch shots. Rui shot 100% from the free throw line. LeBron James only shot 50% from the free throw line. Rui had an offensive and defensive rebound. LeBron had 2 defensive rebounds, and we all know what his rebounds look like. LeBron James also had a turnover. Rui did not. In fact, that turnover was a backbreaker. I felt we had to deal with LeBron James on our team, and they didn't. Kind of an unfair handicap. All right, fanboys, you still want to play this game? Where I bait you into thinking, well, it was just that period. Well, so far I've got 50% of the periods. That's pretty good. 50% of being better than the guy who supposedly led the team. That's pretty good. But I got bad news for you. Happened again in the second period. Okay, in the second period, Rui Hachimura had more rebounds. 2 to LeBron James's 0. More assists than LeBron James. 2 assists to LeBron James's 0. More blocks. 1 block to LeBron James's 0. What he had fewer of was turnovers. 0. LeBron James had 2 turnovers in the second period. Wow. Rui only attempted 1 shot. He missed it. LeBron attempted 3. missed all but one. You want to keep playing this game? Let's switch it up to the first period. Because I did a 33-minute breakdown of the first period. That's how bad LeBron James was in the first period. Rui shot 50% to LeBron's 33%. All right, like I said, this is just a teaser. It's a sample from the 30-plus minute breakdown of the third period, and I've done this for all 4 periods. You can watch these in the members section or on Patreon, or they will all be released publicly very soon. What did you think? What did you learn? Are you surprised by any of these statistics?